Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group, Senator Elizabeth Warren calls on Pete Hegseth to defend the Pentagon's deal with xAI. And Chris Kraft is now acting Secret Service Chief Information Officer. It's Friday, September 12th, 2025. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. All right, let's dive into the day's top headlines. Senator Elizabeth Warren, Democrat of Massachusetts, raised serious national security concerns this week about the Pentagon's plans to integrate the controversial Grok chatbot into U.S. military operations via a recent high-dollar deal with tech billionaire Elon Musk's company xAI. Warner wrote in her letter delivered to Hegseth on Wednesday that, quote, the department awarded a $200 million contract under questionable circumstances to incorporate an AI company with a product that provides misinformation and offensive anti-Semitic responses into DOD's operations, unquote. In the correspondence, Warren asked the Pentagon chief to answer dozens of questions about the xAI contract, its full scope of work, ethics, and accountability issues, and more by September 24th. The Defense Department announced in July that its Chief Digital and AI Office partnered with xAI, Anthropic, Google, and OpenAI through 4 separate $200 million agreements to accelerate the department's enterprise-wide adoption of some of the most sophisticated and still emerging commercial algorithms and machine learning capabilities. Also called foundation models, frontier AI refers to cutting-edge systems that are becoming increasingly intelligent at completing tasks like natural language processing, computer vision, and reasoning. They are among the most powerful and complex AI systems being developed, and they hold potential to unlock both transformative benefits and catastrophic harm for society. Not long after the 4 CDAO contracts were unveiled, experts, lawmakers, and former defense officials spotlighted a range of concerns about transparency issues and unforeseen risks associated with the military's application of the frontier models. In particular, they warned about existing risks that recently came into light in a viral incident where xAI's Grok praised Adolf Hitler, referred to itself as Mecha Hitler, and generated other anti-Semitic content. Musk's company xAI is also interested in working with the civilian side of the government beyond the national security realm. Earlier this summer, FedScoop reported that coders at the General Services Administration appeared to be trying to test Grok, and soon afterwards, xAI revealed its plans to work with both the GSA and the Pentagon. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee sent a letter to GSA based on FedScoop's reporting, and that agency has since doubled down on its plans to work with Grok. Turning now to other news, Chris Kraft, the Department of Homeland Security's Deputy Chief Technology Officer for Artificial Intelligence and Emerging Tech, is now serving as the Acting Chief Information Officer of the U.S. Secret Service. Kraft, who's primarily focused on AI in his DHS role, replaces Kevin Nally, who recently left government for a position in the private sector. Kraft's new position was not confirmed by spokespeople for the U.S. Secret Service, but he acknowledged the role on LinkedIn. Due to its mission, the Secret Service is quieter than other agencies on its technology portfolio, but the agency uses a variety of platforms and faces serious technology challenges. After the assassination attempt on President Donald Trump in Pennsylvania in July 2024, FedScoop documented a series of tools at the component's disposal, including commercial telemetry data and its protective threat management system. The New York Times later reported that the Secret Service had experienced technology failures amid the assassination attempt. The IT operations of DHS, which is the parent agency of the Secret Service, are currently led by Antoine McCord, who came from the intelligence community. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, make sure to visit fedscoop.com. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Scoop podcast, available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thanks so much. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people to find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put the show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back next week with more top headlines. Until then, I'm your host, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for listening.